When Marvel and Star Wars hired Pedro Pascal to star in their movies, we're just betting they were not expecting a war on women. But that's exactly what is beginning to form as Fantastic Four is coming to a theater near you. Look out! Pedro is fighting with J.K. Rowling and a legendary female tennis star. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we, as ever, endeavor to explain entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do. We do it with a passion and a zeal that even the Hollyweirds can feel. And yes, we understand the Hollyweirds better than they understand themselves. Folks, as we get ready to dive in, click the like button. It's no good to be Pedro, but it's even worse to have hired Pedro. We'll explain right now. All right, take a look at this out of Outkick. Amber Harding is the author here. Martina Navratilova and J.K. Rowling are having none of Pedro Pascal's nonsense. The actor, an outspoken advocate of radical ideology, accused Rowling of heinous loser behavior. All right, well, let's get into this, and this is going to be some kind of special because it's getting worse and worse for Pedro, and it's getting worse and worse for Marvel. While Pedro Pascal continues his crusade against J.K. Rowling, that's gone well for everybody who's tried it, by the way. Over her views, Martina Navratilova has jumped to the Harry Potter's author's defense. On Wednesday, an online publication called Gaiety published an article headlined, Pedro Pascal shuts down Rowling, defends particular rights, and reflects on fame at 50. The article referenced the actor's hateful comments towards Rowling after she celebrated the UK Supreme Court's ruling on the legal definition of a woman. Unfazed as usual, Rowling responded to the article in X, writing, "Can't say I feel very shut down, but keep at it, Pedro. God loves a trier." And then if that wasn't enough, Navratilova came in with the elbow and chimed in on Pascal, another Johnny-come-lately telling women to STFU, shut the fudge up, in bakeries all across America. All right, Mr. Gingerbread Man, Pedro Pascal
technical note, is that fudge with or without nuts? Inquiring minds want to know,
I'm going to leave it up to you, Lou. You do an investigation on that, and you be the main man figuring that one out. I'll leave those nuts alone. Okay. All right, folks, from nuts to math. Polymath has this because, as I said, it keeps getting worse. Polymath says, I actually liked Pedro Pascal a lot, but he's like the shining example of the modern liberal coward. It's hilarious to see people hype him up as a symbol of masculinity. He told Gina Carano to just take it for the elite class to save her career. And there's this reference out of the Hollywood Reporter. It says, but when speaking to Hollywood Reporter on Thursday about her exit from Star Wars franchise, Carano recalled how Pascal had explained a particular community to her. She said he also attempted to help her with the backlash over the pronouns. Carano said he was telling me, just put hashtag Trans Am, Pontiac Trans Am rights in your feed. Folks, I changed it for YouTube. Do it and they'll leave you alone. This is the guy who is now under fire significantly from women, right? Some of the most powerful women in the world are now, they're now ganging up on poor Peepaw Pedro. And I want to go to Lauren first. Lauren, your thoughts on Pedro Pascal? And this just keeps getting worse. I mean, Marvel doesn't need a J.K. Rowling fight going on as Fantastic Four goes into theaters. It's going to drop the box office even lower.
Well, I think it speaks to an incredible lack of self-awareness when you're talking about how you hate bullies and you're trying to rally people to your cause to try and cancel this woman. It's like I've said before when we talk about him. I think the guy's got problems, and I feel like he's getting increasingly closer to a meltdown of some kind. I hope that's not the case, because I think those can be not very pretty things, but I don't think he's well.
Well, he may not be well. Disney may not be well, because billions of dollars are riding on this man. This man they've entrusted Fantastic Four to. This man they have entrusted The Mandalorian and Grogu to. this man they've entrusted Avengers Doomsday. He was supposed to be the lead there. Seems like he's still going to be the lead, even if he's not the lead of the next 2 Avengers movies. So
if Lauren is right and he's heading for some kind of breakdown, are you trying to say, Pro, that they put all their eggs in one basket case?
Yeah, one basket case, and it's fully scrambled. It is fully scrambled for the world to see.
You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs or something.
Lou, we're 3 weeks away from Fantastic Four releasing. We have seen this play out before. We just watched Snow White and Zilver. We just watched it. So why can Disney not clamp down on this and say, Pedro, we're going to help manage you for the next 3 weeks, because every time you say something stupid, or every time you engage in a war with J.K. Rowling or any other woman, like, you're dropping us down 100,000. I expect any day now, I expect Pedro Pascal to be waging a verbal attack on Riley Gaines. Like, I wake up and I think, all right, what are we on this time? What's Pedro going to be up to this time? And none of it is helping the MCU sell tickets.
He's already sold his ticket. What does he care?
Well, you mean he's already got the money in the bank?
Sure.
He's counting the eggs before they're hatched.
Well, it could all end tomorrow, so get what you can get, right? Oh, God.
Well, let's talk about opportunity cost here, because this is really what we got to weigh. So, if Pedro Pascal were just acting in somewhat of a normal fashion and just marketing the movie, getting out there, giving the interviews, doing a good job, being Mr. Positive, all of that, I think that this, at least with the Fantastic Four, I think he's dropping the movie's box office potential by literally hundreds of millions of dollars. And I don't think that's stretching it. I think people are actually turning to a disliking of him in the way that Rachel Zegler accomplished, which is difficult to do. Vash, Ron, what's to you?
It might have happened sooner if his original starring role didn't happen under a mask.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
You wouldn't have known who it was who was saying all these silly things.
Bear in mind too, he's not under the mask for 90% of it. It's
exactly.
He's mostly just supplying the voice. So,
right, he's been a voice actor.
All I'm saying is, for example, contracts for like putting your face on the box of Wheaties were more lucrative for basketball players and baseball players than they were for football players, because you could see who it was sooner. There was an identity with the person individually, regardless of the technical side of dubbing and all of that. It just, this guy, he's coming out as a moron now, but he's been a moron before being moron was cool. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it from the woman's side of this. Okay. Is there any risk at all for J.K. Rowling? Because I think she's more powerful now than she's ever been.
There's no risk. If
you strike her down, she will come back more powerful than before. Is that what you're trying to say?
It appears that that's what she's doing.
Look,
she doesn't care.
The Harry Potter name that she created, the brand, the IP, is so much more powerful than any of the actors that were in the originals. The HBO is doing the new thing. For the most part, actually, the cast looks pretty decent. There's a couple casting decisions that are iffy, but we'll see how they play out. But I think the Harry Potter IP is way bigger than even than J.K. Rowling herself, but it prevents her from being destroyed. Plus,
look at these pictures.
I'd rather not.
Wait a minute. Vash, go back to that. Vash, do you have the ability to go back? Lou, you're telling me, Lou, that you have never put your hands under your biceps and
it's
lifted
not
them
about
up.
his hands. It's about the mirror.
It's about
the
mirror.
I have two words that can save Marvel. And because it's Marvel, because it's a superhero property, these two words can be very effective. And the two words are John Krasinski. Yeah, that's right. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to bring him back in the middle of Doomsday and say, oh, we're just going to flip which Reed Richards we've got. I mean, because they got him. I mean, they've got Krasinski in the back pocket. He's been Reed Richards. He's already there. Just pull him out and switch him out, and it's a done deal. And frankly, let's be honest, Marvel could do that if if any of this Fantastic Four stuff does not work out, they can really pull that at the last moment and go, well, you know what? We're going to switch him out for Krasinski. We'll do it in a way that the audience doesn't see what we're doing with the storyline. It's we flipped it. I don't know, some wormhole, whatever. It's
Ron, that's all true, and it all presumes that they find that it's a bug, not a feature.
Yeah. No,
they don't. Exactly. They don't have that level of perception of what they're doing. They are in their own bubble along with him.
But I love the idea because we can sub in Krasinski, and you know what? Vanessa Kirby's been a little weird.
Yeah, weird. So
let's drop her and let's bring in Jenna Fisher. We're bringing back Jim and Pam, baby, to the MCU. It's going to happen.
That would be awesome.
Getting the band back together.
Oh yeah. All right, Vash. Thoughts on the situation, because the way I see this play out is there is no good that will come from Pedro attacking women. And folks out there can say, well, he's attacking based on this issue that serves him well. I don't think so. Right side of history, no. The way I look at this is J.K. Rowling is essentially, she probably agrees with Pedro on 95%. And he's going to wage war with her on the 5% where she dares step outside the orthodoxy of the woke movement. And that's just not a winning proposition. It hasn't been. She has succeeded. Vash, what say you?
Yeah, you have to know how to conduct yourself, in the public spotlight, and going after J.K. Rowling and calling people out and so forth and really starting these wars. Look, I understand Pedro Pascal has family members who are of a certain persuasion. That's fine. But you have to know how to conduct yourself in like I said, in the public spotlight in order to mitigate the opportunity costs like you were talking about, Pro, and to not start wars with certain fan bases and so forth. It's just not a very smart thing to do. And I'm surprised. I guess I'm not entirely surprised by his conduct, but you have billions of dollars resting on your shoulders in terms of potential box office from the litany of franchises that he's a part of. So to put that all at risk just to advocate to your cause in the way that he has done, I don't think it's a smart move. Again, if you really want to forward your point and really want to forward your outlook on life, there's a way to do that. There's a way to go about that than being utterly repulsive.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Pedro is not the way to go for Marvel in the MCU. They, I think, need to get a clue. And as we've said before, that may be happening behind the scenes when the entire franchise is at stake, the golden goose for Disney. Maybe Pedro is not the beefsteak they thought he was. There you go.
These aren't the beefsteaks you're looking for.
That's right. And they don't go with eggs. And folks, we have come to the end yet again. Another video of excellence in the can. What a joy it has been to share time with you. We hope you enjoyed it as well. If so, consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. And as always, drop a comment down below. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. Join a community dialogue today, just on down below. Folks, we are going to say farewell for now, but we will see you back. 4 is more, and that's how many videos we put out every single day here on the Pro Channel. Hope you enjoy them all. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun. Jump into
the water! Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.